This is Umar for BoxNation, and Team Dubois have got the fight they wanted, that rematch with Oleksandr Usyk. There's a lot of history to this, Don. It's the first fight you had with Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois is a different fighter from what we saw in that Oleksandr Usyk fight. I asked him the same question. I'm going to ask you straight up as we go into this interview. Do you believe you had him that night?
Most definitely. Not because Daniel's my fighter. I'm a very honest man. But I've gotten to digest the disappointment. Time heals, time reveals. That time explains every question that we have as human beings. Time is the common denominator.
Daniel Dubois, as I said, is a completely different fighter this time. He's always had raw power, raw speed. That's clear to see. That extra percentage he's added in each department under your tutelage, under Kieran Farrell and your whole team, is that what's going to get him over the line against Usyk?
It's more than that, sir. It's more than that. The first encounter with Mr. Usyk, it was the first time I've worked with Daniel Dubois. So it was a 14-week camp, okay, with a new team, new fighter relationship. So within 14 weeks, we had to formulate and gel to be able to go and fight Oleksandr Usyk in Poland. And it was Ukrainian Independence Day that we fought Usyk, Daniel fought Usyk. So, so a lot's happened since then. Like I said, it was a 14-week camp to get to know one another, to go and fight a guy who's now the current undisputed champion. And then by the time this fight comes round again, this second Dubois Usyk 2, it would be exactly 2 years. So there's a lot of time has gone by where we've now gotten to know the fighter has gotten to know us, and we've had some really good victories since that time. So yeah, it's a really a lot of things that's add a lot of factors that add to my belief that Daniel's going to do a number on him this time.
When you left that stadium that night in Poland, did you know deep inside, whether it'd be 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, that you'd get him in a ring again, Usyk?
No, because you never know how demographically, how it's all about, it's not down to us, it's about what happens elsewhere with the geographically with the heavyweight division. You just don't know. But we just know that we're going to get better. We had to get better, irrespective of fighting Usyk or not. We had to, the fighter gets used to it, understand the ethos of the boxing that we try and teach. That was very, very important. He now understands that, hence why, like I said, it's a collective of different factors that makes up to the Daniel Dubois that you're seeing today.
What is that ethos?
The style of the boxing, the approach, the mindset. It's a collective of different things. It's not just one thing, So I can't sit here. You know what I'm like. I'm very cagey to tell you my ethos, my style. It's there. I'm a coach that understands all various styles, and I do like the style, the way Daniel Dubois is put together physically. We've had to tweak his style to be able to be more effective. There's the other elements that we bolted onto the style that he already brought when he came to us. It's having that understanding, and him having that understanding and the trust of what my new team are telling me to do. I need to do that to be able to go and get such victories that he's gotten since we first worked together.
As we sit here and talk today, in this current heavyweight climate, do you believe that Daniel Dubois is the only man that could beat Oleksandr Usyk?
I have to believe that. I'm sure there's other heavyweights out there who have the beliefs also, but I do believe in Daniel Dubois as a fighter, that he's got what it takes to be successful against Oleksandr Usyk. But we have to rectify the mistake that we made in the first encounter. So we've been in there. It's actually good because he's been in there. He's felt Usyk. Usyk has felt him. He's felt Usyk. So we believe that, like I said, the mistakes we made in the first, irrespective of the controversy behind that fight, attached to that fight, We made mistakes, which is my duty, the team, to rectify those mistakes going into this next match.
Daniel's going to target everywhere. Arms, head, body, you name it. He's going to hit whatever he can.
And if the instructions, I'm not going to hide this, any flesh you see above the band, above the belt line, any flesh you see visible, hit it.
But considering from what we saw in the first fight, and Tyson tried to do it in his two fights, to go to the body, is it an obvious statement to make that Daniel does have to target Usyk's body in this rematch?
It'll target everything, any flesh on the body happens to be a part of has flesh on it, an exposed flesh.
Do you think he's vulnerable there?
There's no material. Everybody's vulnerable there. Everybody's vulnerable there. So it's any part of the flesh that's not covered by cloth, not his thighs. I just realized what I just said. From the waistline upwards.
Is that going to be important? I know it's quite a while away, but during the rules meeting with yourself, with Queensberry, that it's made very clear what is the belt line for both parties. Is that going to be very important?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, we've actually got a video. That's actually a pigeon making that noise, yeah, because we're in a barn.
Does that happen often?
Of course, because we leave the doors open and they're coming from the fields. It's very good, So basically, it's an important question actually because yes, in the rules meeting we have to demonstrate and get the clear rules of where the shorts are supposed to finish. We've actually got a clip, a footage that we recorded in the dressing rooms pre-fight. In our dressing room, when the referee and the officials came into our room to read us, Daniel and the team, the rules. And the referee, Luis Babon, he said, "Do you have any questions?" And the only question that I asked him, I said, "Can you make sure that Oleksandr Usyk's shorts finishes right on the line of the navel, of the belly button?" He said, "Fine." And how did I know that's what's going to bring this controversy into it? I did pull the referee up on. I don't know if that video has ever been released. We still have it anyway.
The video did get put out, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna put it again because how did I asked a question and he assured me that the referee assured us that he will take notice and warn the opposition where he must wear his shorts because he does wear them pretty high.
Mm. Okay, so that's going to be clarified and be a point's going to be made of it.
In the rules meeting, yeah.
Sure. Okay. This occasion at Wembley Stadium, it's arguably the biggest fight that could be made in boxing. Would you go along with that?
Well, most definitely. For the undisputed, has it ever happened? The two undisputed happened in Riyadh.
It's never happened in Britain.
Exactly. So this is a historic, again, Daniel's about to go and make history yet again. Not so long ago, he fought Anthony Joshua last September. That was historical, record attendance, and to two Brits fighting for a world title, heavyweight world title in Wembley. I don't think that's ever happened. So we're about to replicate history again.
So here at your gym, the farm pug gym here, Daniel, I'm talking about, used to look at the arch, which you can see from here, before the Joshua fight and visualize what's going to happen. I'm sure you're going to do the same for Usyk.
Most definitely, because there's only one, but there's only one Wembley, and it's within touching distance. You can see it every day. Especially we're going into the summer period. You can see clearly all the way to Wembley from here.
How important is it that Frank secured this rematch for Daniel at Wembley Stadium?
That's why you want to be with Frank Warren, That's why you want to be with Frank. And let's face it, boxing is live here in the UK anyway, so there's a lot of reasons why it's happening here, The UK fans, we are the most, how can I put it, fanatical about, loyal supporters, and the boxing is thriving here in Europe and UK mainly.
Yeah, so we had one in Poland on the border of Ukraine, and we get one in.
Exactly, the return match, home and away. And we just have to, this is almost like the Champions League, isn't it, in football? We played away. I believe we drew because we dropped him. Daniel dropped him and he got the victory granted. So now he's coming for a home leg, and we got let's say there was that stadium in Poland held capacity of 43,000 attendances, and out of that 43,000, I don't believe there will be up to 1,000 UK fans went to Poland for that. I don't believe it would exceed 1,000 personnel. Whereas here, we get record numbers. You get 90,000, 96,000. I think out of that, there'll be at least 80,000 UK fans.
Well, it should be some night. Usyk Dubois 2, the story continues. You can firmly say as well the two best heavyweights in the world are duking it out.
Currently, the Usyk is holding 3 belts, Daniel is holding the other.
What's your response to people saying then it should be Joseph Parker fighting Usyk?
That's their opinion. That's their opinion. Joseph Parker doesn't have a world title. He has an interim world title. Daniel's more than qualifies again, I'm not the governing body, I'm not the promoter, so that's their opinion, they're entitled to it.
I just spoke to Daniel and he said that this time he's not going to leave any stones unturned and that he's going to nail him to the canvas. Mm-hmm. Those are strong words.
Yeah, that's from the fighter, so he's at liberty to say that. I don't get in the ring. I can only say so much from a trainer's perspective, but the fighter has got every right. That's how he feels, that's what he wants to do. So he can say that.
This version of Daniel Dubois, the adjustments that he's made, as I said, he's always had that athletic power and speed. Usyk, in your opinion, can't cope with that?
No one can. No one can. No one can. We bring our game. Like I said, Daniel has now spent, by the time this fight comes around, he would have spent 2 years, exactly 2 years with this current team. Whereas when we fought Usyk in Poland, that was 14 weeks of being with a new team. So there's a lot of difference there. So it's honestly, I'm sure you can hear in the tone of my voice, very, very, I have to acknowledge Usyk as well. For a lot of people won't take this match. He has his reasons. He wants to make history. He wants to be the first man, I believe, to win become undisputed back-to-back in the same era without retiring and coming back. Remarkable. You just have to use my right hand. Salute Mr. Usyk. For stepping up and again always testing himself. Remarkable. I don't have any problem with Usyk except for what happened in Poland. You can understand my position, our position. Prior to that fight, I was a big fan of his. Yeah.
Don, something I will say on that is that can you blame Usyk in that scenario though?
Yeah.
Why?
Why? Because it's a cheat. No matter how you dress it up, it's a cheat. It's like a football. I always give football analogies. I love football. It's almost like a player going down in a penalty area, citing a penalty, and the referee bought it. That's what happened there. No matter how you dress it up.
But if the referee's not started counting, which he didn't,
no,
he's entitled to take 5 minutes.
Correct. And the referee bought it.
But would you not say that's a smart play? Because if he gets,
yeah, but it's cheating. That's another word. Of course it's smart, yeah. But it's how often have you heard that a player took a dive, footballer took a dive and conned the referee, and they get awarded a penalty, and that one penalty wins the cup final. Yeah, it's not, doesn't sit right. Never will sit right with me.
Again, what I will say to that though is this is the hurt game. This is the hurt business. And yes, I hear what you're saying about a free kick or a penalty, but
or getting a player sent off through the actions.
Right.
It results in so many ways. There's consequences.
But if the referee's saying, I'm not going to count you.
Yeah.
And therefore he's deemed it a low blow.
Correct.
He's not breaking any rules there, Oleksandr Usyk. He's not cheating.
Well, he enhanced it. He encouraged the referee's action. It's from his actions that the referee made his decisions.
Are you saying when he grabbed his lower part?
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
Right. Go and watch it. He never at any point grabbed his groin. Yeah? You're a man, I'm a man. If you're struck by a football or anything, tennis ball, cricket ball, hopefully not cricket ball, the first instinct is to grab your groin area. He never did no such thing. His hands was permanently held by his stomach, not even touching. He was shaking because his central nervous system was shut down. He had no control of his body, hence why he was shaking. And look, I don't want to keep regurgitating. It's there, not even in black and white, it's in color, full color, yeah? Okay, anybody who wishes to say what is Don talking about, go and watch it. Anyone who has any biased mind where they just want to, because they're a big fan of, I'm a fan of Usyk. I'm still a fan of Usyk, but Daniel's going to do a number on him. We already know what the part of it, irrespective of the controversy. We should still have been able to, when the fight restarted on that night, we should still have been able to go and conclude the fight in our favor. So we made mistakes after that. Yeah, I'm not going to reveal what those mistakes are, and we're going to rectify those mistakes and make sure we get victory in any fashion.
I'm not sure how Usyk will be in terms of the build-up. He's normally quite a reserved person. But look, they might say, ultimately, we ended the fight with a jab and you went on your knee and we're going to do the same thing again. If that pressure is exerted on Daniel, and Usyk's a master at that.
Yes, he is.
Keeping you under pressure at all times, making you work constantly. You can categorically say that Daniel won't revert back to what happened in Poland.
No, because it's what you do. It's what I'm paid to do. Me and my team, we are paid to look at areas that we have to improve. Any mistakes we made in the last fight is to make sure those errors, we've addressed them and that it won't, highly unlikely to repeat again. It's our duty. That's what we get paid for.
Absolutely. Well, listen, as I said, I can't wait. This is going to be an incredible buzz when fight week comes around.
Yeah.
But the hard work is, well, Daniel's always in the gym anyway.
He's always in the gym. Yeah, he's always in the gym. And it's very exciting. I mean, the prospect of going to become an undisputed, when I came into this industry, even for me, talking from my point, it's like, wow, we've actually got an opportunity here. Daniel has an opportunity. A marriage of 27, he's 27 years old, right?
I wonder when Lennox did it become undisputed.
Good question. You have to research that.
Let me have a look.
Okay, it'd be remarkable to achieve it at whatever age, but to think that I've been with this kid for like 24 months and he'll be fighting for the undisputed championship, heavyweight championship of the world at Wembley Stadium. It's remarkable.
Lennox was 33 when he beat Holyfield.
There you go. And like I said, people forget Daniel's age and what he has done in his age from what he's achieved inside the ring. And remarkable.
Yeah, he will be joining a very elite club. And I know Lennox Lewis is someone that actually looks up to and admires.
Yeah. Good point, right? That the age when Lennox did it, because I wasn't aware that when he did it.
Yeah, he'd be 6 years younger.
Yeah. It's exciting times.
For sure. There's no bigger fight in boxing. So, Don, appreciate your time. Have a good camp with Daniel Dubois.
Thank you. And we shall speak again.
I hope so. What's up, man?
God bless you.
Queensbury,
The biggest fights,
and the biggest nights.
home of champions.
Home of knockouts.
There's no way back from this!
The home of the future.
And this is
The
it!
global home of boxing.
Queensbury, exclusively on design.